How to build wealth the world never tells you. People want to become rich, but they never ask what kind of person they need to become to get there. Most people chase money. I chase direction. Most people want speed. When my direction was wrong, I stopped. You're probably living a busy life right now. But let me ask you something that might change everything. Is that busy work actually making you rich? Or are you just spinning your wheels? Money follows you. But there's a condition. Only those who can control themselves, who can stay silent in front of temptation, who never lose their reason. Only these people get to keep their money. Money hates people who get swept away by emotions. Money turns away from those who make noise. Money recognizes people with discipline. It doesn't choose those who just sit still, but those who can endure. I learned how to beat temptation. With actions instead of words, with order instead of impulse, with calmness instead of rushing. Most people do the opposite. They talk first, make excuses, and can't even win against today. If you can't control yourself, you'll end up desperate. If you can't master your desires, money will reject you in the end. Those who can't control their day can't control their life either. Your repeated days create who you are, and the quality of those days determines your wealth limit. The person who masters their day controls their life. What do you see the moment you open your eyes? Your phone? The news? Other people's lives? Or do you see today's goals? The standards you've set for yourself? The first thing you should face when you wake up isn't the world. It's yourself. Where are your standards? A day without standards just gets consumed. It passes by without meaning, without purpose. 10 years go by like that. A whole lifetime goes by like that. Wealth isn't about making up your mind. It's about training. Anyone can decide something, but few people go all the way. Because people can't stand being bored. People ignore repetition. But wealth is built through repetition. Making small choices consistently within boring days. That's wealth. It's not about doing something amazing. It's about doing something steady. It's about continuing. It's about never stopping. Successful people are usually quiet. They repeat things silently, and they see things others can't see. I didn't look for opportunities first. I looked at risks first. If you don't know how to protect what you have, earning doesn't mean anything. Many people know how to earn money, but few know how to keep it. Because they lack philosophy. Because they have no standards for handling money. Spending for a moment is easy, but patience for value is hard. That's why most people stay poor. And that poverty starts from inside, not outside. People always say, if only a good opportunity comes. If only there was a good investment. If only the timing was right. But real rich people don't wait for conditions. They create conditions, and they change themselves before changing conditions. You can't control the world, but you can control yourself. The only area you can truly control. That's your inner self, and that's your day. Why are you doing this? Without this question, you can't protect anything. I didn't live for money. I lived for values, for standards, for beliefs. Then money followed. Those who chase money without purpose eventually lose direction. Those who lose their way can't keep any money. What you need to protect isn't money. It's yourself, your standards, your attitude, your repeated choices. That's your real wealth. Wealth is philosophy. Money without philosophy doesn't last long. Where does this philosophy begin? It starts with questions. Who am I today? What am I repeating? What standards am I living this day by? People who ask these questions every day eventually beat the market. They beat themselves. And in the end, they beat their fate. Standards decide your day, and your day creates your life. I wore the same clothes every day, not to reduce choices, but to avoid scattering myself, to focus on the inside rather than the outside. People say small things don't matter, but I know better. Small choices move your day, and that day determines your life. Details change destiny. People think belief is something that doesn't shake, but real belief is only proven through repetition. It's not about saying you believe something. It's about whether you practice it every day. My belief was discipline. Not just saving money, but choosing life itself. Unnecessary relationships, unnecessary emotions, unnecessary words. You have to be able to throw away such things to hold on to what's truly important. Wealth isn't about adding more. It's about revealing what matters. I was grateful for everything, even small profits, even small failures, because everything was a signal. Where was this leading me? What was this emotion telling me? I trusted my inner direction more than outside stimulation. The world is noisy, and people who get swept away by that noise never find their center. People without a center can't make decisions. People who can't decide never succeed. Being grateful is training. The moment you take what you have for granted, growth ends too. Gratitude is the power to respect now and the ability to love the process. People who can't be grateful for each day never understand the essence of wealth. Wealth isn't numbers. Wealth is control. Wealth is philosophy. Wealth is maturity. It's not about what I have, but how I treat what I have that shows my level. Being flexible isn't being weak. I knew how to bend my stubbornness, but I never bent my standards. Situations can change. But my philosophy didn't change. Every time the market shook, some people shook with it. But I held on with principles. Flexibility is an ability only people with a center can have. Without a center, flexibility is just wandering. Failure isn't shameful. Failure is a passage. Every success carries failure within it. I wasn't afraid of failure. Instead, I calculated failure. Prepared failure isn't loss, it's learning. People who learn from failure turn failure into wealth. But people who stop in front of failure leave failure as a scar. Recovery was my weapon. I always got back up. The speed of getting back up was my competitive edge. People envy strong people. But truly strong people are those who fall and stand up again. Life gives trials to everyone, but turning trials into opportunities, that's something only trained people can do. Recovery is the result of training and proof of faith. I learned every day. I learned from everyone and everything. Knowledge starts with humility. Only people who know they don't know can grow. Arrogance is the enemy of wealth. The moment you believe you already know, growth stops. I was new every day. Creating a better me than yesterday was my routine. Change doesn't come from grand plans, but from steady learning. Write things down. Thoughts disappear, but records remain. I recorded my emotions, my judgments, my results. Records helped me see myself objectively. They kept me from being swept away by emotions and broke my repeated mistakes. Records are mirrors. They're the only way to check yourself. If you don't record what you did today, you'll repeat the same day tomorrow. In the end, what you repeat is who you are. Thoughts, words, actions, choices, relationships, all these repetitions create your destiny. That's why I was obsessed with changing my day. Change your day and your week changes. Change your week and your month changes. Eventually, your life changes. Changing your day is the fastest and most certain way to revolutionize yourself. People think success is a result, but I believe it's a state. Success isn't a place you reach. It's a way you live. Success isn't a moment. It's an attitude. How you're living your day right now, that's your level of success. Many people have goals but no standards. They just want things but don't train. They just wish but don't control. So they shake, crumble, and stop. I didn't believe in speed. Instead, I believed in rhythm. Speed makes you conscious of others. It makes you compare yourself to others. But rhythm comes from within. My pace, my breathing, my timing. That's unshakable power. When you have your own rhythm, the world can't disturb you. It's not outside changes, but inner consistency that pushes me forward. Real growth is quiet. By the quiet decision to invest in yourself when others are seeking shortcuts. Your wealth isn't in your bank account. Your wealth is in your character. Your wealth is in your ability to say no to what doesn't serve you, and yes to what builds you. The world will try to convince you that wealth is complicated. It's not. Wealth is simple. But simple doesn't mean easy. It means consistent. It means showing up every day, especially when you don't feel like it. This is the secret philosophy of wealth. Not tips or tricks or get-rich-quick schemes, but the slow, patient, disciplined building of a person who wealth can trust to stay. Are you ready to become that person?